Hi, and welcome to 763 Tech Tools for K-12 Online Learning. Really excited that you've joined this course, and I hope you enjoy this journey as much as I have had building this course for all of us. This is an asynchronous course. That means that you can go at it at your own pace. However, there are deadlines every week, so just to be mindful of that. The goal of this course is really to help us develop a critical eye to using technology in our classrooms and to finding the best ways that we can to use technology to benefit our students' learning. The other goal is really to develop a professional learning community and to become resourceful ourselves. Let me give you a little walking tour of the site just so that you know how to get around. And just want you to know, as you can tell, or maybe you can't, I did build this entire site in the new Google Sites platform, and we will be using a lot of Google tools. So I encourage you, if you're not that familiar with Google tools, in particular Google Docs and Sheets, to engage in some training. And there's a lot of resources that you can get your hands on on YouTube, as well as just doing a Google search for Google. All right, so let's take a little tour of the course. So this is a home page, and if you're to scroll down, you'll see that there are some quick links here. And what I want to point out to you in particular is that the syllabus that I've created has recently been updated. So definitely use the one that's provided here versus the one that is on the George Mason University site, because this one will be the most updated. The other thing that I want to show you is, and I'll click on it right now, is there is a mastery checklist, and you can use this at any time to look at what a particular assignment is going to require and where you are in the process and how many points are awarded for an assignment. So that will be available to you. And then, of course, there's always the schedule and due dates, and that's up to date as well. And speaking of due dates, what you need to know is that for the most part, most assignments are going to be due on Sunday evenings, just a minute before midnight. There are a few occasions where you'll have to turn something in on Tuesdays. Actually, it's not that you're turning something in. It's just that you'll be posting a reflection or communicating with a colleague. And the idea being that if the colleague is turning something in by Sunday, that gives you a couple days to respond and put your post in a minute before midnight on Tuesday. So it's just a handful of those occasions. So we're not going to really be doing any collaboration other than building our professional learning community, and doing that by sharing feedback with each other and giving each other inspiration and ideas for how to use technology in our classrooms. And you'll see those coming up pretty soon. All right, back to the site. Let me show you how to get around. For the most part, when you're on the site, you'll see these three little bars like most things Google in the top left, and that will allow you to scroll down through all the different modules. There are 10 modules in total, and each module it represents 1 week in the course. Of course, obviously, we're going to begin with Module 1. So let me get to that. So in Module 1, and you'll find this throughout, you'll see that I always begin with just a quick exploration and an idea of what you're going to be getting yourself into for this module. And then every module has 4 subpages. And on each subpage, you're either going to be exploring, engaging, or applying what you're learning, and in other instances, reflecting and posting. And beneath each main page for the module is just an overview of the sort of tasks that will be accompanying a particular module and the due dates. But when you dive in and get to the specifics of the subpages, that's where you're going to see all of the details. This is your first one. Also notice that everything is numbered, and so hopefully that will help you stay organized. Again, you can always go back and look at the side view for the navigation. And in addition, what I've done on the bottom of each page is I've put a link to the next set or subpage in the module. So you've got a couple different ways to navigate. All right. I do want to mention to you something about the post. So the idea is we're going to use a whole bunch of different tools. We'll be using Google+. I've got a community set up for us that you'll need to join. We'll use Padlet, Post-it, Today's Meet. We're just going to explore a whole bunch of different ways that we can communicate with each other, trying everything in my power not to use discussion boards because those things drive me crazy. So we'll use a whole bunch of different tools to skirt around discussion boards, but the idea being we're here to support each other and learn from each other. So when it is time for you to post something, please take that to heart, that you're doing yourself a favor as well as a colleague. And again, those posts will come up just a handful of times. It's not every single week. Okay, let me see. What do I want to show you again? I do want you to know that we're sort of going to begin with a more of a real dive into our mindset and sort of setting the stage for how we're going to get through each of the different modules and how we want to go about thinking about our technology integration. And so that's what we'll begin with. And then we'll move on to exploring some other really important frameworks such as the SAMR model, ISTE, and the 5 E's. And in every case, we're going to find ways to apply what we're learning. I want to walk you around now 2 important documents that we'll use a number of times. The first one is going to be the Affordances and Constraints Reflection Journal. And this is going to be your own place to reflect on the different tools that we're using and to apply the lenses that we're looking at, as well as to think through what I call a plan B, because one of the important things we need to do with technology is always have a plan B, because inevitably at some point it will fail or the internet will go down or what have you. So we're going to take a little time to do that. And then the other piece we're going to do is we're going to explore a virtual toolbox. So let me show you what that's going to look like. And this is going to be a lot of fun for us because this is going to be where you're going to curate your own tools and you're going to vet them. And the idea being that we're creating a toolbox, if you will, that all of us can reach back into and use over the course of our teaching career. And we can update it, we can use it on and even share it out with others. And what you'll notice in the toolbox is there's different columns where you're going to put your information in. And I've always included a sample at the very top row. And then for each different tool that we're looking at, if you point your attention down here to the very bottom of the spreadsheet, there's different tabs. So for example, when we're taking a look at audio, you'll make sure that you're on the audio tab to add your piece. All right, so that's enough about that. I do want you to know that I'm always here and willing to meet in Google Hangout or any other format that is beneficial to you, even a cell phone call. I'm up for that as well. Just send me an email with some dates and times if you would like to meet up. All right, let's get back to the home page and wrap this tour up. What I do want you to know is that I really did have a lot of fun working on this course. Jared helped me out as well, and I think he enjoyed it too. And we certainly hope that you guys enjoy this journey as much as we have, and that you come away with some really exciting techniques and tools and ideas for using in your own classrooms or other settings. So goodbye for now, and I look forward to working with you.